Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Psycho Builds. In this video, I'm going to be recreating this photo from World War I in Fortnite. I'm going to keep this intro super short, but before we get started, I want to mention my Discord community. Once we get enough players in my Discord community, we're going to start hosting some weekly events. I possibly might even consider doing some like build competitions and challenges and stuff with the members of my Discord community and making some YouTube videos out of it, as well as we're going to do some weekly events where we can all get together and play some of the maps that I make. So if that sounds interesting to you, please join. The link is in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It is 100% free and it would really help me out a lot. And now that we've gotten the intro out of the way, let's just start building. Alright, so after I imported my custom landscape, the first thing I did was I started working on the layout of the little ditch that you can see in the real life photo. In the real life photo, the ditch looked like it was pretty steep. It looked like it covered about half of the tank size. And at the bottom of the ditch, you can see some really shallow water. And on the sides of the ditch, you can see some like grass and like different like foliage pieces. So the first thing I did is I imported a custom landscape and then I began working on designing the layout for the ditch. And initially, I think I dug the ditch a little bit too deep, so later I went back and fixed that to adjust the depth of the ditch. I also imported a custom Churchill tank, since that's the tank that was in the real life photo, and you can see that I was playing around with the sizing of the tank, trying to make sure that the size of the tank actually lines up with the size of a Fortnite player. And yeah, after I got the layout for the ditch, I then went back and used the smoothing tool in the landscaping tab to smooth the sides of the ditch, so it doesn't look like the ditch is just going straight down, so that the ditch looks like it's a little bit curved. And yeah, right now I'm just working on the landscaping, working on the layout of the map, and just trying to recreate it as accurate as I can to the actual real life photo. After I got the layout of the ditch done, I then began using the landscaping tool to build some little hills on either side of the ditch. The real life photo I was looking at looked like there was some like small hills. I don't think I'd really call it a hill, more like a dirt mound with some grass pieces and foliage on either side of the ditch. And then the place where the tank was in the real life photo doesn't look like it had that much grass. It looked like it was mostly just mud. So I'm working on using the landscaping tool to create those small little like dirt mounds right now. After I created the hills / dirt mounds, I then began working on some texturing. All I'm doing is just painting on some grass textures to the landscape, and then later I'm going to put some grass pieces of foliage over the grass textures. But right now I'm just working on texturing the landscape using some grass textures and then using some mud textures and some just miscellaneous textures that I'm just trying to blend all together right now. Now you can see I'm working on putting that Churchill tank in the exact spot it was in the photo. And then after I put the tank in the right spot, I'm going to start working on some foliage. For the foliage for this map, I'm just using some grass pieces, some little like weed foliage meshes, and then some flowers. And then later I'm also going to add in some like dry grass. But yeah, it's really not too hard or anything fancy. All you really got to do is just like find the grass pieces and the foliage pieces that you want to use for your map, drag and drop them into the foliage tool, and then just start painting. Since this is like a World War I map, I'm trying not to use too much grass and foliage, since whenever you think of World War I, it's mostly just like muddy and bombshells and craters and stuff. But the photo did look like it had some grass on the sides of those hills, so I'm trying to recreate that right now. And now you can see I'm working on trying to place in those trees in the background. In the real life photo, you can see there's a couple trees in the background. The trees that I saw from the real life photo looked like they were really bushy, probably like an oak tree or like an elm tree. I'm really not too sure what kind of tree, but they looked really bushy. So I found this specific tree that I think looked pretty good. And then I'm just gonna make a row of these trees, copy and paste the row, and just keep placing more and more rows to fill out the whole background. Now that I've gotten the ditch done, the tank in place, all the foliage is done, the trees in the background are done, I can now begin the final part to recreate this photo. I gotta now start working on building those soldiers on top of the tank. So to recreate those soldiers, I'm just using the mannequin device, and then I changed the skin to the plastic soldier skin, and then I'm just gonna play around with the poses. I'm mostly using the kneeling crouch pose, and then I'm just rotating and placing these soldiers in different positions, kind of trying to follow along how the real life photo was. And it's really nothing too fancy. Like I said, I'm just rotating and placing these soldiers in different positions. And so from here, I'm just going to play out the rest of the time lapse, and then we'll talk about the final product. And here's the final product. Overall, I think it turned out pretty good. If I had to rate this map on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably go with an 8, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. One thing I personally struggle with the most whenever I'm building maps is trying to figure out the scale of things in comparison. So for example, trying to figure out the scale and the right size of the tank is something I kind of struggle with. That's why you can see I use a lot of player reference devices to make sure that the tank is the right size to a Fortnite player in game, as well as trying to make sure that the landscape is the right size as the real life photo. So I don't think I 100% completed this as perfect to the photo as I could. If I spent a little bit more time on this map, I might be able to make the hills a little bit better, and then the people standing off to the side in the photo, I might be able to place those people a little bit better in the map. But honestly, I'm happy with the way it turned out overall. I wasn't making this video as like a build challenge or anything. I didn't have a timer whenever I made this map, but I know it took me roughly about 40 minutes to build it. So it's not really a build challenge or anything, but I do like the way that this map turned out. I feel like I was able to get the real life photo pretty accurately depicted in Fortnite. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And overall guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. A couple last things I want to mention though. Be sure to join my Discord community. The link is in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out a lot. Since I'm a small channel, if you guys want to see me keep making these kinds of videos and like build competitions and challenges and stuff like that, please like and subscribe. As well as, since I'm a small channel, if there's a specific video idea that you really want to see me do, leave a suggestion in the comments. I actually do reply to every single comment, and I take every comment very seriously. I love all the support that you guys have given me so far. So if there's something you want to see me do, just leave a comment and I actually might do it. As well as, my goal for this channel is to help inspire you and maybe even teach you a couple tips and tricks to help build stuff in Fortnite for yourself. So in the future, I have aspirations that we might do some building competitions with you guys, especially my Discord community. So be sure to join the Discord. The link is in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.